She says you're just a friend, and maybe you believe her. But here's the truth most men never see. Words can lie, but behavior rarely does. Hidden beneath casual smiles and playful banter, there are signals she doesn't want you to notice. Signals that reveal friendship might not be the whole story. And here's where it gets dangerous. If you ignore them, you'll stay in the friend zone forever. But if you recognize them, you might realize she's been testing you all along, waiting to see if you understand what she can't say out loud. Today we're decoding 10 subtle signs she's not just treating you like a buddy. And trust me, number 10 is the quiet test, the one that decides whether you remain just a friend or become something more. So pay attention, because once you learn to read between the lines, you'll never see her the same way again. Sign 1, she talks about her setbacks without you asking. When a woman begins to share her setbacks, her regrets, fears, or past mistakes, without you even asking, it's not casual conversation. Psychology calls this emotional disclosure, but in reality, it's something far more vulnerable. She's peeling back the layers she usually hides, testing whether you're a safe space or just another passing face. What she's really watching is your reaction. Do you listen without trying to fix her? Do you accept her flaws without judgment? If you can sit in that silence with her, steady, calm, present, you quietly earn her trust. And here's the beauty of it. Trust often plants the seed for attraction. Because love doesn't always begin with excitement. It begins when someone feels seen, understood, and safe in your presence. Sign 2, she pokes at your masculinity, not your haircut. When she teases you, it's not really about your shirt, your haircut, or the surface level things. Pay attention. Her jabs often land on something deeper. Your confidence, your decisiveness, your ability to stand firm. On the outside, it looks playful, but underneath, it's a quiet test. She's checking if your masculine core is steady or if it cracks under pressure. The mistake most men make: they defend themselves, explain or argue, but real strength isn't proven by words. It's shown in calmness. When you simply smile, hold your ground, and let the moment breathe, you show her something rare, unshakable presence. Because deep down, she isn't trying to tear you down. She's searching for the security of a man who doesn't waver when the world pokes at him. Sign 3, she brings you into her emotional storms. When a woman lets you into her storms, family drama, friendship chaos, or the unpredictable shifts of her own moods, it's not random. She's not treating you like just another casual friend. What she's really doing is measuring something subtle. Can you stand steady when her world feels unsteady? Most men make the mistake of rushing to fix everything, to offer quick solutions. But here's the truth. She doesn't need you to solve her problems. She needs to feel your calm presence. When her voice shakes but yours stays even, when her chaos meets your composure, you create something magnetic. Because in love, safety isn't always about words or actions. Sometimes it's about being the one place where her storm finally quiets down. Sign 4, she shrugs off other guys around you. Notice this. When she mentions another man, but almost instantly dismisses him with, "He's not really my type," or "It was nothing," it isn't casual. She's testing the waters. Psychology calls it loss aversion. She doesn't want you to even imagine she belongs elsewhere. Deep down, she fears that thought might push you away. What she's truly watching is your reaction. Do you flinch? Do you lose composure? Or do you remain calm, grounded, maybe with just the trace of a smirk? The man who doesn't rattle easily creates quiet intrigue, because in that subtle dismissal, she's revealing something deeper. Your opinion matters more than she'll admit, and by staying steady, you make her want to prove her value even more. Sign 5, she delays the goodbye with random small talk. Pay attention to the moments right before parting ways. You're ready to leave, but suddenly she brings up a random TV show, a childhood memory, or some detail that doesn't really matter. That isn't forgetfulness. It's stalling. Psychology shows that when someone doesn't want an interaction to end, the mind scrambles for anything to keep the connection alive. Her small talk is really her heart resisting the goodbye. She may not label it attraction, but her need for just a little more time speaks louder than her words. The key: don't overindulge. Let her talk, stay present, but still exit calmly. A quiet, steady departure leaves her wanting more. And that longing, that unfinished conversation, makes the next meeting twice as powerful. Sign 6. She shifts her values closer to yours. When a woman starts echoing your values, it's not coincidence, it's connection in motion. Notice how her views on discipline, ambitions, or even lifestyle choices begin to mirror yours. Psychology calls this value alignment, a subtle but powerful sign of attraction. She isn't just agreeing with you for the sake of harmony, she's unconsciously signaling that your direction feels safe and worth following. This doesn't happen with casual friends. It happens when someone's heart quietly decides, I want to be part of his world. Your role isn't to call it out or boast. Just keep walking your path with quiet conviction. The more you stay true to who you are, the more naturally she'll lean closer. In love, alignment isn't demanded, it's inspired. Sign 7. She reacts when you notice other women. When a woman shows a sudden shift in tone, posture, or expression as your attention drifts toward another woman, it isn't just casual jealousy, it's a flare of hidden desire. Psychology calls this a status signal. To her, where your eyes go reveals where your value flows. Even if she insists you're just friends, her body betrays her. The tightened jaw, the subtle change in mood, the sharper comments, it's all proof that her emotions aren't neutral. The key isn't to apologize or overcompensate. Real attraction thrives in balance. Hold steady, stay composed, and let her reaction speak for itself. When you position yourself as the prize, not the pursuer, you reveal whether her heart is fighting harder to keep your gaze on her. Sign 8. She mirrors your language and habits. When she starts borrowing your words, echoing your tone, or unconsciously matching your body language, it's not random. It's psychology at work. This is mirroring, a deep-rooted sign of emotional affiliation. Her subconscious is saying, I want to be in sync with you. It goes beyond playful mimicry. It's her way of merging identities, blending your presence into her daily rhythm. When her jokes sound like yours, or her gestures suddenly resemble yours, she's weaving you into her sense of self. The secret here? Don't call it out. Just keep living from a place of quiet strength. The more you lead with authenticity, the more she aligns. Without words, she's already saying what her lips refuse to confess. You're part of me now. Sign 9. She jokes about being a couple. When she drops lines like, can you imagine if we were dating? It may sound playful, but psychology says humor is often a mask for truth. Behind that casual laugh, she's already imagined the possibility. It's her safe way of testing the waters, seeing how you'll respond without putting her heart fully on the line. Most men make the mistake of laughing it off or changing the subject, but the stronger move is subtle. Hold her gaze, smile, steady and calm. That silent response tells her you've thought about it too, and you're not dismissing the idea. Because beneath her playful words lies a confession. She doesn't just see you as a friend, she's quietly hoping you see her the same way. Sign 10. She defines the relationship before you ask. Out of nowhere, she says, we're just friends. On the surface, it feels like rejection, but psychology shows it's rarely that simple. This is emotion management, her attempt to cage feelings she doesn't want exposed. When attraction grows too obvious, she tries to regain control by labeling it safe. Here's where most men fail. They argue, defend, or push back, which only proves they're rattled. The wiser move? Smile. Agree lightly, but with an edge of disbelief in your eyes. That subtle tension plants curiosity in her mind. Why does he seem so certain there's more? Because deep down, she knows labels can't silence chemistry. And the moment she tries to define you is the moment she's already thinking beyond friendship. Attraction is rarely shouted. It's whispered in silence, in glances, in contradictions she doesn't want you to notice. If you've seen even one of these 10 signs, chances are you're more than just a friend in her eyes. The question is, will you recognize it or let it slip away like most men do? Don't stop here. The more you understand psychology, the more power you hold in love, relationships, and life itself. So if this video opened your eyes, show your support, Drop a like, share it with someone who needs to see the truth, and hit subscribe so you never miss the next deep breakdown. Because here on FactsWorth, we don't just talk about love, we decode the hidden patterns that change how you see everything.